Okay, so this windshield's all set, ready to install. We're gonna do a process called reverse rolling, which is rolling up our entire windshield tint like a poster, and then we're gonna unroll it on the inside. So the tint has been shrunk and molded to fit the glass. We're gonna wipe off the outside. We're gonna start with peeling this top corner. And I'm gonna pull at an angle till we're about halfway across our windshield. And then we're gonna pick up this lower corner and pick this up as well. That way, this goes nice and even. Thank you for that. Nice and even across our windshield. We're loosening up the liner and setting it right back down. And we're gonna do that on both sides. Oh, let me toss this back in here.
Biggest order I ever filled.
What was that?
Biggest order I've ever filled.
Wow.
$680 all tools.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna wipe this side off as well, and we're gonna mirror exactly what we did on that side. So we're going to peel this corner and get sprayed with fog. Thank you. We're gonna pull this at an angle and just go part way across our windshield. Pick this side up. Make sure we get some nice fog juice in there. It's sabotage. And then we're gonna put this right back down the way that we picked it up. So we need to roll this windshield up like a poster. So I'm gonna start with the lower corner here and just start rolling it up. You wanna try and keep your roll as tight as you possibly can. So you can always compress it with your fingertips and just back it up a little bit. So you roll it up, back it up, compress it, and that'll cause the roll to tighten. And so once that's nice and tight, we're gonna go across the entire windshield. Take that off the windshield. Continue to roll up your tint just all the way. What percent? We're doing 50% ceramic on the full windshield. Thanks for the gifts, by the way. That was funny. That worked out really well. Okay, so once you get to this point, nice. Okay, so once you have your tint roll rolled all the way up, we're going to peel it. So the liner has already been loosened. So we want to grab that liner and stick it to the roll and continue to unroll it. But now when we unroll it, the liner is rolling to the back side. And so we just have exposed window tint. I'm gonna spray this edge. I'm gonna carry my sprayer along with my tint inside the car. So this has been sitting just for a sec, so I'm just gonna mist our windshield. And then we're gonna start with this far lower corner. I'm gonna try and put this up as close to where I'm gonna install it as possible. But to keep it from falling off of the windshield, get this left side completely tacked onto the windshield first. And once you do that, you're anchoring it on the window, and then you can continue to unroll your film. See how this is unrolling nice and smooth, basically right in place exactly where it needs to go. that center cutout, I'm matching that up. And then when I get about halfway across, I'm gonna peel my liner. So this is what's been unrolling to the backside as we've been rolling it. Then we're gonna use that liner and we can actually pull more from like the lower portion of it and just use this to help unroll the film across the windshield. Once you get about 3/4 of the way, your liner has the potential of bumping into the pillar. So to keep your tint from creasing and getting a bunch of dirt in the side, let your tint drop away and just pull this liner straight out. Then you can mist your windshield, mist your film, and then push this onto your windshield. And then you should have enough soap and slip so you can still slide this around a little bit, and you're just gonna make sure all your edges are matched up. And one thing that worried me from the very beginning was the way that pinched in there, where I have space everywhere else on this windshield. So just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to pull this towel out in that lower corner and just kind of shimmy it over to a section where I have more space. That way, I just have as much space as I can possibly need. My towel has done exactly what it's needed to do up to this point. We still have a little bit of water to squeegee out, so I'm just gonna be careful. We could overlap the dash, but I'm not gonna saturate anything. All our cleaning and stuff already happened. Okay, so now this is where I go back to my pink clean squeegee. I'm gonna start squeegeeing it out in the center. Go around this tab. And what I really like about this squeegee is that it's basically like brushing your bubbles forward and out of the window without applying a lot of pressure. So if we put too much pressure before the film is anchored, and you could potentially shift your film out of place and end up with a little gap over here, and then it's long over on the other side. So I really like this for just evenly spreading out the film and starting to push out and tack down my film without necessarily getting rid of a ton of water or disturbing my film. And then once it's basically tacked on the windshield, we're gonna grab a harder squeegee and then just more pressure, more direct strokes. This is the hybrid. You can use the hybrid for everything. And if you go back in a lot of my live streams and videos, I was using this for absolutely everything. It's an awesome squeegee. You can clean and you can install with just one squeegee. I started using this more because there were certain situations, like if I'm doing a Tesla door window, there's a lot of curve in that door window, and those fingers are gonna be really, really big even before you start smoothing out the film. So this was a way to brush everything without necessarily disturbing placement of the film. And then we're gonna use a side swipe and get these bottom bubbles and fingers. I'm gonna jump to the other side of the car. And then, so once this is all squeegeed out, I'm gonna clean off the outside and check it over. There we go. Yeah, that's still really compressed down there. So I'm gonna take this. This is gonna sneak in there a little bit better. Perfect. All right, last thing we're gonna do before we start our touch-ups is we need to check our windshield over. So douse the outside. Grab our scrub pad, grab our Libman, Grab a little towel. So the same way that we clean the windshield initially, we're going to use it to loosen up all that dryer sheet. And then with every pass that I'm doing, I'm looking at this section of the windshield. So then I can almost be sure I don't miss anything. I'm using a tri-edge scrub pad. This is called the Scrub It. What's really nice is these pads are replaceable and they just Velcro onto this backing plate. The backing plate's really nice because it gives you a nice even pressure. This is one of Tri-Edge's silly inventions that I didn't think really mattered until I started using it. I love these things. I use them all the time. Where if you just take a scrub, like a scrub pad, wherever you're putting pressure on the scrub pad is those little sections are getting more pressure. And so you just might not be scrubbing as thoroughly as you think. Where this backing plate just gives you a lot more even pressure. So, like I said, it's a silly invention that I love these things. I use Pro Nano from Geo, love it. Doesn't it scratch the glass? No. So whenever you're using scrub pads, there are scrub pads that will scratch glass. Those are generally your Scotch-Brites that you can buy in a local store. The green ones, the more aggressive ones, those are gonna scratch the glass, don't use those. But they even have blue non-scratch pads. Those genuinely work and they're not gonna scratch your windows. So if you need something locally, you can just go buy those pads. But I like this system a little bit better. Okay, so I don't see anything other than my cutout around the tab. So we're gonna address that. Everything else looks like it's turned out fantastic. The 50% is wicked clear, isn't it? It's especially gonna look light right now. We'll pull this car outside and I'll show you what this looks like outside of the shop. Things tend to look a little bit lighter in here, especially when you have a white dash towel there. But you'll see once we get it outside, it'll darken up a little bit. It's just we have really bright lighting in here. Okay, so big fingers right along our tab. Whenever I'm cutting along the tab, sometimes if some of your shrink is here, then that's where you're especially gonna see some of these fingers popping up. But they're a pretty easy fix. You wanna just try and sweep all the water that's collected out and then see if there's any small fingers that pop up. One thing I'll do is I'll also take a heat gun and I'll hold it a little farther away and get that heat gun to warm up this area. So there's a little finger right there. Thank you. Oh my God, it's on fire. And then when we use it like a heat gun or like a hair dryer, we're drying the film out. So this film, so the tint's gonna lock down in place much faster. Because the only thing that keeps the film popping back up is really that moisture that sits in here. So anywhere along your edges, you can experience the same thing. If you see any little fingers that pop up, small ones are okay. You can touch those up. Anything along the edges that's small, you can generally just touch that up. So this looks really good.